I was at an event last night where a filmmaker, female filmmaker, and a woman that created the film, and it's about women in the cannabis industry, and they were all gathered outside of Boston and Worcester, and the conversation became, why are women not that prevalent in many corporations? In many, not just the cannabis industry. There's a lack of women. And when you look at who's running this country, when you look at the CEOs, when you look at leadership, it's blatant. We're just not there. The question becomes why. And joining us today is Tabitha Mays. And Tabitha, welcome to the program. You are the founder and CEO of Spirits Landing. And first of all, explain to us, I love how you got the name of the company. Explain to us a little bit about the analogy of an airplane hovering over the runway, please.
Thank you so much for having me. Yes. In my life, I've been very fortunate to be able to travel and see much of the world. And in those travels, you know, there was a lot of common denominators with women, in my opinion, that were not, you know, what I'd like to see as it relates to identifying yourself from an intellectual point of view. Many of them were identifying more from the physical and the outward point of view. In my traveling and me just wanting to give back to the world, thinking about, you know, having a daughter of my own, and being in airplanes all the time, you know, I thought about that's what it is. When I was traveling and coming back to LA in a moment, I was watching the air traffic controllers kind of guide the plane in or have us circling around.
Sure.
And I thought that's it. That's what it feels like to me, that there's these young people, young women, just kind of out there, if you will, and needing someone to guide them in like an air traffic controller and have their spirits and their souls land. Just have someone guide them, because it's your journey, it's your work, but at the end of the day, you know, to have someone kind of be there to guide you down or to land is something I wanted to do, and that's kind of how the name was given.
So when you first started this company, you were trying, because you had this opportunity at a young age. What do you feel is missing in young women's lives today?
I think the biggest thing that I've found that is the biggest common denominator is literally self-esteem. And the idea that what you are able to do, what you are put on this earth to do, what you are capable of doing is limitless or just as great as male energy. And I think oftentimes women aren't given that same permission when we're growing up to be anything, do anything, whatever you want to be, that is limitless.
We are having this conversation at a time when I'm not sure I could have survived social media as a child. It was such a rough childhood for me. My dad died when I was 13, and I was overweight, and I was miserable, and I mean, it was a really rough patch for me. I had a very strong mother who was able to navigate and handle me, and because of her love and support, I am the woman that I am today. And I'm very fortunate, very, very fortunate and very blessed as I look back. But not everyone has that kind of a connection to their mothers, and not everyone has the support. So tell us about your mission and what you're looking for and how you want to help young women.
So our mission is to nurture the growth and development of young girls and women. Our age range for our Leadership Academy is 12 to 29, and we do this by providing all the tools that they need to discover their own greatness, to transcend obstacles, because that's a big part of all of our growth, is how we handle our challenges and our obstacles. And we help ladies become well-rounded leaders who can contribute exceptionally to the world in our social economic society. I agree with you. I also had an amazing mother that helped me navigate the world and gave me great opportunities. I have met lots of young women who did not have that, as well, and that's part of the mission, that this is a place, a lighthouse. Spirit Slang is a place you can come to find whatever you need. It's a place for you to workshop.